Right. I remember maybe not last year, but maybe the year before, the hospitals was full of people that had flu-type viruses, pneumonia, and they was having to have the breathing treatments. This is serious business. If you don't, treat yourself properly, and you know that you're sick, and you just let it linger on, it could take your life.
Yes, and if you're sick, you need to stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
And don't send your kids to school if they're sick.
That is a bad misconception about people. Well, I'm going to go on to work. I'm sick as can be, but I'm going to work anyway.
Right, and see, that's not being very, courteous to your other family, members, or to the people that you work with.
Right.
So we told people at work, if they were sick, to stay at home, so that you're not spreading it from one person to another. When we had the H1N1 virus outbreak, when they would call the doctor's office and they said that they thought that they had the flu, then we had another area for them to come in so that they weren't contaminating everybody else in the waiting room, which there again, that's just common courtesy.
Right. And what people don't realize, these flus can be serious. I mean, you can even taste some of this stuff right in your mouth, and you're just like, nothing tastes right, and you're sick, and your head is spinning and things like that. You don't need to be out in public.
Right. And we were talking about the younger, the children and the infants and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The other population that we were about is the very old, because there again, their immune system is going to be just like a little baby's. They're not going to be able to fight off things just like a younger person would be able to. So their immune system, they're very vulnerable. That's another vulnerable population, is our elderly people.
Tell us, the people that's watching, the misconceptions that people have got, like if it's hot one day or if it's cold the next day, things like that. How do you contract just a common cold or a flu or a virus?
They're just everywhere.
Right.
They're out there, and so there again, if you are not eating properly and not getting enough rest,
right,
then your immune system is just not going to be able to protect you. And of course, it's just a common thing. Every year you're going to get a cold, or you just the best you can
allergies,
do. Right, allergies. And then we've had a lot of goldenrods and things that were blooming, and in the fall of the year we see a lot of allergies and stuff too. So.
Well, a bad misconception, people say that, they tell you, well, if you go outside and it's raining, you're going to get the cold or whatever. You just got to do the normal thing, like eating right, getting plenty of rest, washing your hands, and keeping sanitary.
Right.
But if somebody like your coworker has got a common cold, it's good to have your alcohol with you.
That, and then if you have a cold and you're blowing your nose, use your hand sanitizer after you blow your nose, so
right,
that you're just not putting it on your telephone and everything else.
Exactly. And be courteous to other people, like at your workplace. If you are using the phone, wipe it off.
Right. And don't cough in their face.
There are so much here that we can touch on. Like these diseases and things like that from animals. There's so many different types of diseases, and people don't realize this. Like you was talking about the spotted Lyme or whatever.
Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Yeah.
Right. That's a tick-borne disease. Lyme disease is a tick-borne disease. But the thing that's really common that it's not really common, but we have seen at least 4 cases of roundworms that are carried by like dogs or cats.
Oh.
Those you can become infected with those, and we have seen 4 children that have actually been infected with the roundworm larvae from dogs or cats, or been out in the park playing in the dirt.